Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I work in the Office of Zone Learning as Community Engagement and Events Assistant. Today I will be taking you through a short presentation. So essentially the goal of Zone Learning is to provide the skills, resources, and supports to grow with an innovative mindset, whether that be through entrepreneurship or a more traditional career route. How we like to look at zone learning in general and the 10 zones that we incubate is as a greenhouse. So in a greenhouse, you have all of these different fruits and vegetables and plants that are all going to grow and provide different things. But you also have plants that are new and old, and they're all just in this ecosystem with the same soil and water, but providing different things when they grow. I'm not going to go on a tangent about this greenhouse metaphor, but I hope you get the gist of it from that. So, what zones offer startups? Programming and startup methods, best practices, and emerging trends. A community of entrepreneurs, industry leaders, and then just people in general that are there to challenge you and support you with your ideas. Technical skills training. So that can look different from zone to zone. Skills training for the design fabrication zone would look different from skills training in the biomedical zone. State-of-the-art workspaces and equipment. Now that can be digital/virtual or physical. And then access to funding and subsidy programs. At Zone Learning, we actually have some student wage subsidies, and then we also have quite a few workshops and challenges where Zone members get access to funding and winning prizes in that way. So how you can benefit, launch a startup, pursue your passion project, create real change, but really explore. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but really you just get to explore and test what you like and what you don't like and what challenges might fit for you. I'm a professional communications student, so getting to be in a space where I can see if marketing is more of my suit or health communications or research. Those are all sort of career paths that you get to test out and challenge your current skill sets and get better. So, myth, you need a business degree to start a company. That is a myth. That is not true. Quite a few of our startups are actually led by people that don't have business degrees. So just moving on to Ryerson's 10 zones. So we've made like 4 sort of clusters of each zone, which I'll go through now. Something that we also like to say is that these zones are not all, they're all in like different stages. So there are early stage zones and there are also later stage zones. So an early stage zone, that's something where you can go into and maybe you don't really have an idea yet, but you do have a question about something that you'd like to get answers to. When we get to the later stage zones, that's when you kind of come in and you want to look at monetizing and how you can really get your business idea off of its ground. So our creative industry zones, we have the design fabrication zone, the fashion zone, and the transmedia zone. That is the creative industries, so that can be found in the CIS building, Creative Innovation Studio. We have our engineering and sciences, so that's the biomedical zone, the clean energy zone, and the science discovery zone. Technology and innovation would be DMZ and iBoost. Then in our social innovation zones, we have the social venture zone and the legal innovation zone. And you can find more information on all of these zones on our website, which I will talk about a little bit later. So now just moving towards some fun numbers, we've had over 3,500 startups incubated, over 5,200 members and alumni, of which 40% are female members, and over 4,000 jobs created, and over $750 million of funding that has been raised. So those are fun numbers, but you just want to graduate, as do I, and get a job. So when we look at graduating and getting a job, you go into an interview, your employer asks, what have you done? Like, what? Tell me something about yourself. It's you and someone else. You both got really good grades in school. You were both super active, but you went through zone learning and you got to work with a startup. You had to learn how to be flexible and adaptable with different things. And you get to share those stories in your interview. Who do you think is going to get the job? The other person didn't do all that. Long story short, this is just a short little list of skills that we found that employers look for in the 21st century workspace. So we've identified 3 key ways for you to get involved with zone learning. First being connect with our community. Come to speaker events, skills workshops, startup schools, hackathons, challenges. You can contribute to a project. So that's by actually working with the zone as a work placement, intern, an industry-specific boot camp, and funding research projects. Sorry, excuse me. And then you can also just come in and create your own startup. Again, as we have our early and later stage zones, you can come in at your ideation phase, your incubation, or when you're ready to accelerate. Yeah, and this is just how you can connect with us. You can shoot us an email at zonelearning@ryerson.ca. That is ZONELEARNING at Ryerson, RYERSON.ca. Or you can connect with us via social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram so you stay up to date with all of our events. And thank you so much for listening to this presentation.